How many people can actually own silver if the demand continues to explode? That's what we're going to talk about today. But first, I want y'all to take a look at something. This right here is all over Nashville, piled up on the curbs of almost every home that you go by here in Nashville. I'll show you some more as I do this walk and talk. Does everybody have a chance to own some silver if the demand continues to skyrocket? We're going to talk about that because we have a 60 million millionaire problem. So as y'all may or may not know, I've mentioned it in a previous video, but we'll talk about it anyway. There's 60 million millionaires globally. That doesn't, when there's 8 billion people in the world, 60 million is kind of a small number relative. And so if each of those 60 million millionaires wanted just 100 ounces of silver, just 100 ounces. Now some of y'all are like, that's a ton of silver, it's 100 ounces. Yeah, I mean, if you were buying it at $20, there's not that much silver. Now, yeah, okay, it's a lot more expensive now than it was. So let's talk about this. They need 6 billion ounces in order for each of those 60 million millionaires to have 100 ounces each. Math ain't working. So what's the impossible reality here? Total world investable silver is only 3 to 6 billion ounces. There isn't enough for the world's millionaires, let alone the other 8 billion people in the world. We got a math problem, and I'm going to dig deeper into that here in just a minute. So what's the burning problem? Gold versus silver. Gold is generally hoarded and silver is burned. So what do I mean by that? Well, let's talk about it. Gold is really a store value and it's jewelry, right? Those are the main two things. Yes, there's fringe cases that it's used for other things, but predominantly it's a store value and jewelry. And that's pretty much it. Silver, we talked about in my last video how half of it, the silver that's mined, goes to industrial demand, and that number is skyrocketing fast. And that in itself poses a big problem. And so silver is a vanishing metal. So most of the 1.7 million tons ever mined is already gone. It's lost in landfills, AI chips, solar panels, electric vehicles. It's not recyclable, so to speak, at current tech levels. We're able to get some of it out, but not enough meaningful to do anything. Quick break, check this out. Pile there, and right across the street we have another pile. Everywhere here in Nashville. So we know, based on my last video, that we have an industrial priority problem in this country with silver specifically, and a real shortage. Companies like Apple, Tesla, these big companies, chip companies, they're going to outbid us every single time. Why? Because these are multi-trillion-dollar companies, and they have to keep their assembly lines moving, and we're basically competing against them for our little 1 ounce round of silver. And so we aren't going to win that battle. So if they're bidding it up, that means we've got to pay more for the physical when we get it. So let's talk about the numbers a little bit more in more detail. Take your silver American Eagle, okay, and cut it into 7/10. That's what we're talking about. If we split all of the investable silver today, every person on earth gets roughly 0.7 of an ounce, not even a whole ounce. That's not even one silver eagle. I mean, think about that for a second. I mean, that when you put it in that perspective, that kind of paints the picture of silver and how big a deal it is. So the top 1%, let's talk about that, the top 1%. If you're a stacker with 100 ounces in your safe, all right, and you aren't just prepared, you are likely the top 1 to 3% of humans on the planet in terms of silver ownership. So if you are holding 100 ounces right now, you are in a very, very rare situation compared to most. Like I said, 1 to 3% of all humans on the planet. So it's a shallow market, right? The silver market is 1/10 the size of gold. that's crazy to think about, but it's caught up a lot here recently with the run up in price, and that is really shown when you look at the gold silver ratio. It's fallen down and since come back up, but that's really crazy to think about. So when paper money panics, paper money futures, the paper money, us physical people, unfortunately we have to pay based on what the paper money is, right? But it all eventually supposed to get settled up in the physical at the end of the day. The silver market is 1/10 the size of gold. So when paper money panics and runs for the physical exit, it's like trying to fit a fire hose through a soda straw. Just not gonna work. So let's put this into market context, right? So we had the $120 per ounce spike back in January, right? And then we had the Black Friday correction after that, where we tanked all the way down into, I don't know, what did it get to? 80, somewhere in there. A lot. It went down a lot, but so did everything else. Equities went down, gold went down, your favorite precious metal went down, Bitcoin, crypto, all took it on the chin. It wasn't like it was silver only, so it lots of liquidation across the board. And so the current reality is this, as of today, is silver is hovering around $80, $82 an ounce. And I think this is the reset before the next leg up. I mean, if you look at the chart, it's just chopping along like that. And when it's doing that, it's probably getting ready to make another boom up, to make another run up. To what? None of us know. But it's showing its hand like that's maybe what's about to happen. So you do you, not financial advice, but it may be a good time to pick you up some silver right now, and even some gold. But I'll be honest with you, right now, I'm gonna hurt some feelings here. Right now, I like Bitcoin better. It's massively oversold right now, massively. And pretty soon, it's gonna catch that wind, and it's gonna kick up, and if you've been paying attention, it's volatile, and it'll do it very fast. So, but again, I like them all. I like gold, silver, I like Bitcoin as well, but I'm not prejudiced against any one of them. I just think Bitcoin right now possibly is the better buy. So then we have to talk about the gold silver ratio, which we briefly talked about. It compressed below 50 to 1. I think it actually got down in the low 40s when we hit that big $120 an ounce day, and it's currently sitting around 60 to 65 to 1. So what does that mean? If you're new to the channel, if you were to trade your silver for gold, it'd take you about 65 ounces of silver to get 1 ounce of gold. That's what that means. And typically when the number goes down, that makes gold look more intriguing, right? It looks to be the better investment. And so if you swap into gold, that's what you're looking to do. When that number gets down, a lot of people say around 30 is a good time to do it. Some people do it at 50. It's just whatever feels right to you. There's no right or wrong to that. It's just whatever suits your fancy. Historically, silver's still a sale compared to gold, and is just because of the pure numbers of it. But I think over time that's going to really start changing a lot. So what's the conclusion in all this? The entry fee. Most people are waiting for silver to continue to go down. It'll probably go down a little bit, maybe, but I don't think you're going to see it at $20 an ounce anymore. I think those days are gone, just because of inflation, just because of dollar debasement. Those days are over. Just like you're not going to be able to get Bitcoin for 10, 15,000, 20,000 a coin anymore. That's just, the days are over with. It's not going to happen. And so by the time the world realizes supply is gone, the entry fee will probably be in the $150 to $200 an ounce range for silver. So again, it looks high now, but when it gets to 150, 200, you're going to say, boy, I was buying that back when it was 80, right? Just ask the people who were buying gold back when it was under $1,000 an ounce, or the people who bought Bitcoin when it was under $5,000 a coin, or $10,000 a coin, or heck, even $20,000, $30,000 a coin. They look brilliant now. So are we looking at a total physical wipeout, or you think paper game wins out? So let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts? What do you think? You think we're going up? You think we're going down? You think it's a good time to buy silver? Better to buy gold? Or do you think Bitcoin's massively undervalued? Just let me know in the comments. So for those who didn't see my last video and you made it this far, just giving you a heads up that the live stream on Wednesday night has been moved from 2 p.m. Central to 7 p.m. Central. We're going to move it to the evening, give some folks a chance to jump on it that are home from work, kicking their feet up, just want to jump on a live stream and chat it out, get to know each other. That's the video for the day, guys. What are you doing? You buying more silver? Let me know in the comments below. You guys have a good one. Gen X Guy out. See ya. Bye.